On that note about the senior projects, I would like to take a minute to discuss those. My name is Alyssa Spang, and I have the privilege of working with the seniors on their projects. I would like to take a moment to highlight a couple of those particularly well-done projects. The Senior Legacy Project at Grace Prep High School is rigorous, and it's one of the most unique features of our school. It's a focused project which spans for an entire year. Each senior chooses his or her own topic, and each topic forces the student not simply to learn more, but also to integrate their ideas into the community. The project is difficult. It requires much more than time. It requires each student to step out of his or her normal social, intellectual, and emotional spheres, which is really hard. We all know that. And invest fully in an idea of his or her own. C.S. Lewis writes, "If we let ourselves, we shall always be waiting for some distraction or other before we can really get down and do our work. The only people who achieve much are those who want knowledge so badly that they seek it while the conditions are still unfavorable. Favorable conditions will never come." The 5 seniors who are being recognized today have sought knowledge while the conditions were difficult. They balanced other classwork and other stresses that come along with being a senior in high school, and they received highest distinction on their senior legacy projects. I will first recognize 4 of the 5 seniors, and I will then introduce the senior legacy student speaker. Before I begin, I want to quickly emphasize that the brief recognition here in no way adequately summarizes the research, work, and passion these wonderful students poured into their projects. Secondly, the seniors who are not being recognized have also completed excellent and complex projects. We as a staff have been thoroughly impressed with the work each of these seniors have produced this year. Projects that receive highest distinction are multifaceted and complex, contain credible professional context, a strong timeline of work throughout the year, and a high level of professionalism. This is probably my favorite part of working at the school, the senior projects. Seniors, when I call your name, please walk over and receive your award from Principal Jane All. Becky Lang. Becky created a one-on-one Grace Prep mentoring program which will become an integral part of the Grace Prep discipleship group system. Ellie Seibel. Ellie extensively researched the effects of sex trafficking industry on its victims and used her knowledge to educate Grace Prep students about how to minister to victims of sexual brokenness. She also visited a recovery home for prostitutes in Philadelphia on multiple occasions, which is very impressive as a senior in high school. So awesome. Claire Shearer. Claire created a Spanish 3 and 4 immersion curriculum and traveled with the upper-level Spanish students to the Ecuadorian Amazonian jungle in order to experience full Spanish immersion. Well done, Claire. Brendan Whitmer. Brandon founded the Quality Deer Management Association, or QDMA, branch in State College and worked extensively to create a healthy deer population in Center County and opened beneficial discussions between environmentalists, activists, and local hunters. Thank you for your hard work, seniors. Okay, now I have one more senior to recognize. It is my pleasure to introduce Emily Madeira as our Senior Legacy student speaker for this 2015 graduating class. Emily's project, The Divine Chromosome, went far beyond raising awareness for Down syndrome. She involved herself in the Down syndrome community through telling their stories and working with students one-on-one. Emily plans to major in early childhood education, and I believe she is gifted at working with young children. Parents and friends of Grace Prep, I give you Emily Madeira.
Senior projects. Those words strike fear into the heart of every rising senior here at Grace Prep. It was something that we talked about in my family from my sophomore year, and still, with all that preparation, the trepidation and challenge followed me until that fateful day, April 13th, 2015. Not that I was keeping track or anything. So, you may ask, what is a senior project, and why does it reduce students, and sometimes parents alike, to blubbering tears? Senior projects are the culminating event of our years here at Grace Prep. It is our opportunity to produce fruit from our developed Christian worldview. We get to choose something that we love and learn more about it. Our goal is to further our knowledge of that topic in ourselves, our peers here at Grace Prep, and our community. Now, they told us that our senior projects were going to be hard. They told us that we'd have overwhelming amounts of stress at times. But like Walt Disney said, all the adversity I've had in my life, all my troubles and my obstacles have strengthened me. You may not realize it when it happens, but a good kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. I chose to further my knowledge of Down syndrome and make everyone else around me more aware of it. I decided to call my project the Divine Chromosome because I personally feel that these children were given the divine privilege of making a difference. Unlike a person with 46 chromosomes, they do not have the same outlook on life. They see things positively and are the most optimistic people I've ever had the honor of working with. They love unconditionally, but just like a person with 46 chromosomes, they have arms, they have legs, they feel pain, they feel sad, and they feel happy. The one difference, the divine chromosome. In my project, I did everything from raising funds to interviewing the first nationally known actor with Down syndrome. But in the end, the best part about a senior project is the sense of accomplishment. I was able to give the families of children with Down syndrome a chance to share their stories in a series of interviews. Those interviews later blossomed into a video that allowed them to share their own challenges and experiences. I saw the priceless look on a child's face when his family won that Fun Unleashed gift certificate in my fundraising basket. A classmate said this once about a chapel that I hosted on my topic. Going into the chapel, I was expecting to sit and listen to someone talk for half an hour and then go about the day. I left with a new perspective on what it means to have joy and to be thankful for the simple things in life. This classmate said it was by far one of the best and most inspiring chapels of the year. These moments that you experience, the people that you'll meet, and the impact that you make, well, that's what makes all the work, the sweat, and the tears so worth it. I'd say that Abraham Lincoln put my thoughts into words when he said, "I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let them down." Every senior could tell you that our teachers have only ever wanted to see us succeed. Trust me, there were days where we didn't like them, but we always loved them because we knew that they loved us. The same is true for our parents. My mom and dad cajoled, grounded, threatened, sometimes forced me into challenges I would rather have avoided. But they were always there, sometimes physically, but always in spirit, believing in me. So to my folks and my teachers, thank you. Knowing that I could have someone to go and to cry to. Someone who, once I was done, would push me right back out the door and challenge me to go and accomplish something bigger and better. Well, that is the biggest reason why I'm standing here today. To the class of 2016 and those who will follow, sometimes you won't feel like finishing. Sometimes you won't have any motivation to take that next step. But you gotta dig down deep and find it. There were times when I didn't want to do that next interview or put myself out there to volunteer. But like Zig Ziglar said, people often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. So let me leave you with this little nugget of advice. For my fellow graduates, for our underclassmen, for our friends, and for our families, value those around you and the time that you have with them. You never know who can make a difference. For me, that difference was the divine chromosome.